I don't even know what I'm sitting here to talk about, but I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So, I've been fighting a losing battle against social media. And I have this hypothesis that I would love to just get out there. And my hypothesis is that by 2036, I personally think that psychologists, psychiatrists, the APA, whatever the hell, all these brain professionals are going to diagnose some form of mass identity crisis for late millennials and all of Gen Z, probably a little bit of alpha. And the reason why I say this is because we have collectively lost the ability to think for ourselves. We take what we see on the internet at face value all the time and we just run with it. And honestly, it's getting out of hand. So I'll tell you a little bit about my story. I was a Gen Z kid during the pandemic. And what did that mean? That meant I was 15 years old, sitting inside my house all day on social media, on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, everything. I was doing an average of like 7 hours, 8 hours per day. And the only reason why I didn't do more is because I would literally get like headaches. So the main issue that comes with this is that I feel like a lot of concepts and a lot of ideas, I collected them from other people during that time. So I was big on self improvement. I was in a bad place mentally, of course, like many people were. We were looking for some way to get out. And initially, self improvement content, podcasts, whatever it may be, they served as a beacon of light. It was like, well, you may be in a bad situation right now, but if you just implement these principles, such as meditation, such as going to the gym and sleeping on time, your quality and mental state will get better. And I followed that. And, it actually helped me out. Who knew that getting 8 hours of sleep per night and going outside every day would actually be very beneficial to your mental health? I digress. So, those preliminary stages, it got me out of there. It was cool. I was so happy. I was so grateful. And I still to this day am, you know, see that in a positive light. But it gets to a point. A wise woman, aka my mother, once told me that, too much of a good thing can be bad. And over the next few years, between the ages of 15 and 20, I was consuming thousands of hours of self improvement content through YouTube videos, through articles, Substack posts, podcasts. And over this summer, 2026, I was on break from school. I actually sat down and I was thinking in bed. I was like, who the hell am I? Who am I? Because I genuinely don't even know. Like, that question is a profound one because of the age. When you're a young adult, obviously it's like you're not a man who's married with kids and a full-time job or some shit. But at the same time, you're not a little kid that you used to be. It's like you're somewhere in the middle, leaning more towards the grown man aspect. And it's like you're transitioning into the grown man aspect. And so I was wondering, I was like, who am I? And I've had a mini identity crisis, to be honest with you. Is like, am I the future that I'm aiming towards? Are these goals that I want for myself, or is this what content creators told me to want? Is that what social validation tells me to want? Do I really want to be making 7 figures every single month, running my own business, driving high-end Italian sports cars, and living in Miami, Florida? Is that actually what I want? Do I want to looks max and get rid of all my, you know, perfect imperfections about myself to try and get validation from people who don't care about me? Is that truly what I want? Now, some ideas like that, they're not as glaringly obvious. Like, obviously, anyone with common sense would be a skeptic of trends like looks maxing or whatever. But then it gets you to actual questions like, okay, well, what career do I want to do? I mean, should I go to school? Should I go to college? Because it's like, I mean, I want to work in tech, but at the same time, these people on forums are saying they've lost their jobs. They're saying that they're not able to secure internships. And then I remember when I listened to this podcast about this entrepreneur guy, he said college is a scam. So it's like, is what I'm doing really what I want? Is this the correct direction to go in? And I feel like, you know, it creates a lot of self-doubt. I feel like deep down we know what we want. And the only way to know what you want, if you don't know what you want, is to live in your reality, to be grounded in your reality. But we don't even give ourselves the chance to do that because we are on our phones all the time. We're always listening to something. We are always being distracted by something in a sense. And I don't have a solution yet. I would love to give some profound call to action, but I don't have the solution because this is something I'm going through right now. What I can do, however, is just give you my hypothesis. So, if you're in a similar situation, here's what I think could help you. Of course, you should be skeptical about it. If it makes sense for you, try it out. If not, then don't. Okay? What I plan on doing is obviously taking an extended hiatus from consuming content. In terms of recording videos, like I'll be doing this, so that you'll be able to see more of me. But really, you have to get quiet. You have to sit down, grab your journal, get a blank Google Doc, start typing things out. Imagine what you want your future to be like. Don't focus so much on the job or the career yet. Just think about like, what do you want your day-to-day routine to be like? Where would you like to live? Things like that. Like the basic, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Ask yourself a question like that. And then once you get the answer, you just start working towards it. And you start working towards it, though. You take action. That's what I plan on doing. Taking action. Stop second guessing yourself so much. Stop going to videos, podcasts, etc. so much, and just listen to what your intuition is trying to tell you to do. And if you do that, you'll be perfectly fine. My intuition said to get my thoughts out on camera. That's exactly what I'm doing. Voila. Trust the intuition always. And of course, trust the movement. Thank you for watching.